Hi, hello, welcome to Devon Monk's Works and Worlds. I think are we on 60? Are we on 60 weeks of doing this every Monday? Wow, maybe we're on 60. That's pretty amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And like every week, I'm going to go over how things are going with writing, knitting, and just Monkland in general. So let's start off with writing. How is writing going? Writing is going, it's going well. Sort of a slow hesitation there. It is going well. I have just finished the outline for the next book in the hockey series. I have settled on the fact that it's going to be Graves, a Hawthorne Graves book. So he's the kind of the older defenseman on the team. And I have figured out his story, where it needs to go, and how to put it all together into this book. So I think we got it here, people. So today I begin writing it. Hopefully it will write quickly because I have other projects I want to get to too. But I don't want to shortchange this one. Like I always give everyone that I'm working on my all. So I want to just fly through this book. I have a lot of back cover copy to write, and that's the the back of the book when you read the back and it explains kind of what happens in the book a little bit, the teaser. I need to write a bunch of those. I think I have 7 I need to write for different projects that are coming out. Yeah, so I need to get into, it's kind of a different brain space when you're summarizing a book on the back, which if you shop online and get your books digitally, can't talk today, the back cover copy is basically that text that you read when you click on a book and it's like, in a world without whatever comes our hero who will, that kind of thing. And so I need to write a bunch of those too. And it's a little different brain space writing that kind of teaser stuff than actually writing novels. It's funny how every piece of writing, like if you write short stories, some of the same skills that you use writing a novel, you use writing short stories. But there are specific short story tricks and tools that you use for short stories that you don't really use in novels, and the other way around. There are things you do in novels that you never really have to do in short stories. And so every different kind of writing, and then I'm not even talking genres. So like there's different things to do in science fiction and different things to do in horror and different things to do in romance. And it's like every little piece of writing takes a different tool in your toolbox, So writing those back of book summaries, back cover copy, it's called. Sometimes it's called blurbs, though that's not always what it's called. It's funny how writers have a lot of different names for the same thing. Of course we do. We like words. But anyways, it takes a little different mindset to write those, but I'm going to tackle those this week too. So yeah, writing is going well. Working on the book that I'm pretty sure will be titled Graves, Graves, because that's his last name, and all these books are titled the last names of the characters whose book it is. So working on that this week, and probably some in my spare time when I'm like have a few extra minutes working on some of those back cover copies. Like for the Shame book, I haven't written the back cover copy yet for the Shame book, so I need to do that. And I also need to proof the Shame book. I have stuff to do, people. I have stuff to do. So yeah, writing is going well. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to knitting. Well, knitting is going great because I needed to knit something for the newsletter giveaway, and this is the last week of March, so the newsletter is coming out this week. So if you see this video and you haven't signed up for my newsletter, please do. It's pretty quick to do so. I'll put a link down below, and just it's your name and your email, and it comes out monthly. And as we know, there is always so far, always a hand knit toy by me giveaway. And I'm going to show you this month's giveaway. Are you ready? I love showing these things. Ta-da! This is a tiny TV. He's old-fashioned. He has rabbit ears and little knobs for changing your channels, and a plug-in for plugging into the wall, because that's how they work here, people. No wireless TVs back in the day. So if any of you have ever seen an old, what are these called, CRT, with the tubes and that whole bit TVs, if you've ever actually owned one of these or know somebody who owns one of these that has a set of these antenna on it that are called rabbit ears, because I'm old enough to remember these. When I was a kid, a little kid, we had a TV about like this, that, I mean, almost this size, it was tiny, with rabbit ears, and it was our one family TV set. We put it on a roller cart, and it would, I don't know why it was on a roller cart, because it only stayed in one place, but it was on this little spindly metal roller cart, and we would plug it into the wall, and we had to use the antennas to get the channels in. And if you remember these rabbit ear antennas, they could bend into the shape of where you wanted to actually try to get your best connection to the service coming in. So I made these antenna bendy so you can tune in your best channel. That's what you want to do. And man, as kids, we like tried everything to get some of our, always the cartoon channels, right? Which there were like 4 channels or 3. Yeah, I think there were 3, and then channel 10, which was a public broadcast channel. So that got like Sesame Street and stuff. So we definitely wanted that channel. But anyway, we would put, like, to try to make our antennas even better and get even better signal, we would attach, we call it aluminum foil or tin foil, to the tops of it to make the antenna longer to try to get a better signal. I don't think it worked, but we did it anyway. And then the other thing we would do is when you were touching the antenna, your body became a part of the antenna, and so you could get a better signal in if you had your hand on it. And I remember so many times when somebody, usually my older sisters, would be like, Devon, get over there, hold on to the antenna. But then you can't watch it when you're holding on to the antenna and trying to look at it around. So like, but when you held it, the signal would come in, and you take your hand off and the signal would go out. It'd be all fuzzy. So yes, I have fond memories of old style TVs like this. And so I thought I would knit one. This is from, I can't remember her name, but it's called Knitting Mochi Mochi. And I talked about it before, that I went to the library to actually get that book. I wish I had brought it with me here. I didn't, but because I didn't have the pattern, it wasn't available online. It's only available in that book. And luckily our library had it, so I checked it out, and we made a TV. So I'm very, very pleased with this little thing, and I hope whoever gets it on the newsletter enjoys it, because I had a lot of fun knitting it. It was really a pretty easy knit as far as toys go, but yeah, so I think it turned out pretty cute, and I'm pretty happy with it. So I hope whoever wins him, or it, maybe it's it, enjoys it. Okay, so we'll just let it go tune in some public broadcasting channel there. TV Guy. It's actually called TV Guy. The pattern is. So I'll put a link to that pattern and that book down below too, which I hope if you are interested in it, you can check it out from your library too. So you could have a little, she has other toys in there too that she's created, and they're all cute and silly. And so yeah, give it a try. Okay, so knitting is going well. That toy is going to be given away, and the next thing I will be doing for knitting is a family gift. So that's the next project I'm diving into. I'll probably start that tonight. Knitting's going good. Okay, lastly, how are things in Monk World? Yeah, good too. Things are good. We helped a family member move over the weekend, so that was a good workout. And it reminded me that I need to be working out. So we did that, and we had weather, people. It is the end of March, and we had snow in the rain, and we had some snow accumulation just about a mile from our place, just not far away at all. And it melted off, but it came down for a while there at the end of March. That's very unusual for Oregon, for where we live in the Willamette Valley. So we had some snow, we had some hail, we had some sleet, we definitely had rain. Today it's foggy. We had sunshine, gorgeous sunsets with big puffy clouds. Like, we had blue sky. We're getting everything. Like, nature is serving it up on a platter. The flowers are starting to bloom, all the early ones, like, crocus are up and snowdrops, but we've got daffodils coming up, and a couple of plants that we couldn't identify. They looked a little bit like azaleas, but they weren't. And they looked a little bit like rhododendrons, but they weren't. Anyway, so yeah, the trees are just about ready to bloom. Although I want to say that they're usually leafed out or blooming more by now. Like, I think this is a colder, or at least a later bloom this year. So that means I still have a chance to get out and trim back the roses and work on the yard before the blackberries eat everything and the ivy strangles everything. I mean, the carrot saga is over, so I have nothing else to talk about. That's not true. we need to plant the garden. So we're back to the same old people. We've run the circle. We're going to be talking about carrots forever. No, not true. But we are definitely going to be planting soonish. Like I said, we wanted the freeze to stop, and we got snow. Was it Saturday? No, it was Friday. We got snow Friday. So I'm going to wait at least to this weekend to see if maybe we can start planting this weekend. And definitely some of our early stuff that's pretty hardy should be able to go into the ground. So yeah, we're going to get back into that kind of stuff. And the other thing that I guess I'm really trying to do, and that now we're getting into boring Devon land, so I'm sorry we're taking this road trip, but I want to declutter more things in my house. And I know that sounds like just get to it, and I need to. It's hard. It isn't once I get started. Once I get started, it's not hard. But I feel like, oh man, I just need to get myself up off of the couch at night. It's kind of a night project. It's an evening project, right? And I just need to go and get like a bag and find 10 things that need to be thrown away, or 10 things that need to be recycled, or 10 things that need to be given away. And I just need to start doing that consistently. And then of course, getting the giveaway stuff to the giveaway places and the recycle stuff to the recycle places. But if I do that, I will have a lot less clutter around. And I'm in that mood. I'm ready. I'm just about there where it's spring cleaning time. I want to wash all the windows. I want to sweep away all the cobwebs on the porches, and I want to declutter. And and if you are somebody who also wants to declutter, or have thought about maybe I want to tidy up and be a little more organized, may I recommend to you Cass, C-A-S or C-A-S-S, from Clutterbug. I'll put a link to her videos below. I found her on YouTube and I really enjoy her style. She has a lot of different ideas for how to make organizing and decluttering easier. She's not afraid to lay down a truth bomb, but she's funny, and so she's enjoyable to watch. So check her out, the Clutterbug, and she has like some downloadable checklists that you can checklist off when you're doing things. And like I said, she has a lot of cheap and easy suggestions for how to keep your house tidier. And one of the things that she always says is you have to start off with having the room for your stuff, and walls are inflexible. There's only so much room you have in your house, so sometimes you have to get rid of some of your stuff. That's the hard part, and that's the decluttering, right? But she talks about what it takes to do that, like how sometimes you hold on to something because somebody gave it to you and you'd feel guilty if you let go of it, but you don't want it anymore. And she talks about how to kind of deal with that guilt, like how to let go of that so that you can have more space and have less guilt. And yeah, so she's really good. I'll put a link to her down below. And if you are in the spring cleaning spirit, congratulations to you. Rah, rah, go forward. You can do it. I'm right behind you. I'm going to be there too. Let's get this place cleaned up all. Okay, so until the next time then, I guess that's about it for Monk World. That was kind of boring, wasn't it? I'll try to be more interesting next week. I will see you next week, hopefully, where and I will be more entertaining. Have a wonderful rest of the week. If you found me on a Monday, happy Monday. If you found me some other day of the week, I hope you're having a good week so far. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.